The Glen Tavern Inn in Santa Paula, California was built in 1911. It's been in multiple shows and movies, including 2 episodes of Ghost Adventures, one in 2013 and one in 2025. The Dead Files episode titled Double Jeopardy, Jack Osbourne's Night of Terror, Reaper, starring Danny Trejo, and much more. The building has seen its share of tragedy. Everything from the flood of 1928 that killed approximately 500 people. Multiple people in Santa Paula perished in this flood, to legends of homicide and documented suicide. The first, second, and the third floor have all had countless reports of paranormal activity. Full-bodied apparitions, disembodied voices, shadow people, and night terrors are just some of the things that have been reported. This video discusses just a fraction of the tragic and haunted history behind this beautiful hotel. In the 2013 episode of Ghost Adventures that was filmed on location here at the Glen, former resident psychic medium Patrick Smith led a seance and card reading here in this very lobby, which some believe foretold his tragic and untimely passing here at the hotel. In that very episode of Ghost Adventures, Patrick told of the first time he stayed in the hotel. He stayed in room 103. He walked into the room, set his bags down, and saw the apparition of a woman standing over the bed tending to a man who appeared to be sick. He said it felt as though it were a moment frozen in time. Okay, now let's move up to the second floor. One of the many tragedies to take place at this hotel and in its surrounding bungalows occurred in the second floor bungalows at the far end of the hotel. A gentleman named Henry tragically hung himself in the closet of that bungalow. It's said that his spirit roams the entire hotel, the lobby, and mainly hangs out on the second floor. Okay, now let's move on to the third floor. This floor, the hallway, and the rooms within are said to be plagued with paranormal activity. A tall black mass, or shadow man, is said to roam the entire floor and the rooms within, but mainly hangs out in room 308. 307 holds the legend of a woman of the night who was said to have been unalived in the room back in the early days of the hotel. The third floor also holds legend of a cowboy who is said to have been unalived for cheating in a makeshift poker game way back in the day. His spirit is said to reside in my favorite room in the entire building, the infamous suite room number 308. While filming for The Dead Files, Amy said that the third floor shadow man liked to hang out in this room and cause chaos for the guests, turning on and off the TVs and the lights, and basically trying to drive out the living. In that same episode of The Dead Files, the owner's daughter told Steve DeShavi of a time when she was in this room with no air on, no windows open, and no breeze, and she saw the curtains moving as if they were dancing in the wind. And in this room during the 2025 episode of Ghost Adventures, Jonathan Davis from the band KoRn sat in a chair of which she now owns and had nightmare-like visions. Also in this room, Sharon Osbourne had a medical emergency while performing the Estes method and had to be rushed to the hospital during the filming of Jack Osbourne's Night of Terror. This is only scratching the surface of the paranormal activity that has been reported in room 308. Now let's move out to the third floor landing. Just outside room 308, on the third floor landing couch, is where Jonathan Davis from KoRn and Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures did an SLS session and caught an SLS figure hovering above them. Inside room 301, a man tragically died of a broken heart after the passing of his wife. And in room 302 during the 2013 episode of Ghost Adventures, Zach Bagans locked himself in the room and had a possession-like episode saying that he felt as though he were lost in time. This is just a fraction of the haunted history and terrifying tales from this historic Southern California inn. Now, having said all that, I'd like to say rest in peace to Patrick, Henry, the man in 301, and anyone else who may have passed at this beautiful hotel. I'd also like to send my deepest condolences to their friends and family. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.